News with me, Fales Chizombe. First headlines. Pope Leo XIV encourages Christians to trust God's patient work and embrace humility, love and service. Government announces digital overhaul of immigration services and push for electronic police fines to curb corruption. Farmers Union of Malawi pushes for commercial agriculture as AIP force shield of farmers' self-reliance. And in other news, United States of America issues highest travel warning for 11 African countries. We do have the details of this and more. Do stay with us. Pope Leo XIV has urged Christians to trust in the quiet and patient work of God, reminding the faithful that his kingdom grows through humility, love and service rather than power or force. Speaking during the Sunday Angelus at Castel Gandolfo, the Holy Father reflected on the parables of the wheat and the weeds, the mustard seed and the yeast, highlighting how God works silently in the lives of his people. We have a Vatican News report read by Charity Chilanga.
Leo said the kingdom of God does not come through spectacular displays of power, but grows quietly like a tiny seed or yeast working unseen. Reflecting on St. Matthew's Gospel, the Pope explained that God chooses the path of humility, allowing people the freedom to accept or reject his love while patiently transforming hearts. The Holy Father acknowledged that many expect God to eliminate evil immediately, but stressed that Christians are called to recognize the good that continues to grow, even amid the presence of evil. He encouraged the faithful to avoid arrogance and the desire to dominate others, instead embracing a gospel-centered way of life marked by trust in God's hidden work. Quoting the future Pope Benedict XVI, then Cardinal Joseph Ratzinger, Pope Leo said Christians are called to embrace the logic of the seed by making themselves small and serving others. In conclusion, the Pope encouraged believers to become small seeds of the gospel and leavens of love capable of transforming the world from within, and trusting all the faithful to the intercession of the Blessed Virgin Mary.
The Catholic Archdiocese of Lilongwe says its newly introduced Tiendeli Modzi Endowment Fund will help transform the lives of vulnerable communities across Malawi by creating a sustainable source of support for education, health care, livelihoods, and environmental protection. Auxiliary Bishop Vincent Mwakwawa made the remarks at Centenary Bank's head office in Lilongwe when the bank handed over a 15 million kwacha contribution towards the initiative. Constance Kantemeni has filed this report. Bishop Mwakwawa said the contribution has come at the right time as the Archdiocese prepares to officially launch the endowment fund, which is aimed at providing long-term support to vulnerable groups, particularly children, young people, and women. He described Centenary Bank's donation as a strong partnership that reflects a shared commitment to improving the lives of Malawians through sustainable community development, adding that the fund will support the rehabilitation and construction of schools, assist hospitals, improve rural women's livelihoods, promote environmental conservation, and contribute towards achieving the goals of Malawi 2063.
At the right time, as we are preparing to launch the endowment fund, this endowment fund is towards supporting Malawians in this central region and across Malawi. And as you know, the mission of Archdiocese of Lilongwe, particularly the social development area that we focus, is towards uplifting, lives of vulnerable members of our community, particularly children, young people, but also women.
Meanwhile, Centenary Bank Acting Manager Director Beatrix Mosiwa said the bank contributed 15 million kwacha towards the endowment fund because the initiative
aligns with its mission of promoting financial inclusion and improving people's lives, adding that the partnership with the Archdiocese of Lilongwe, one of the bank's shareholders, will help expand support for education, health care, and other social development programs benefiting vulnerable communities.
We were handing over our contribution to the Catholic Archdiocese of Lilongwe Endowment Fund, which has been set up to assist in their initiatives of supporting the schools, health, in line with the social development agenda of the country.
The Catholic Archdiocese of Lilongwe will officially launch the Tiendeli Modzi Endowment Fund on July 25, 2026. For Luntha News, this is Costas Kamtemin.
Bishop Montfort Stima of the Catholic Diocese of Mangochi has urged religious men and women to move beyond their comfort zones and remain close to the people they are called to save. The bishop made the call during the perpetual profession of Sister Mercy Chatenga of the Canossian Sisters of Charity at St. Louis de Montfort Parish in Balaka under the Diocese of Mangochi. Andrew Nandolo has filed this report.
Bishop Montfort Stima said true shepherds should live among their people, stressing that they should not remain confined to the sacristy, but should accompany and care for those entrusted to them. He also called on leaders in both government and church to protect their people and remain present in their daily lives.
A pastor or a sister or a religion is supposed to be always with the people. We should not be closed in the house, in our convents, because our work is to be with those people who are out there, who need us, who need our advice, our assistance, who need our presence.
Speaking during the celebration, Superior Delegate of the Canossian Sisters in Malawi, Sister Mary Benito, encouraging young women to respond generously to God's call by dedicating their lives to prayer and service.
Religious life is something very interesting. You know, when God calls you, you cannot refuse, neither the parents or the other people. But if you want, from deep down of your heart, you will manage it, you will succeed. And it is a beautiful life.
Meanwhile, Sister Mercy Chatenga encouraged those aspiring to religious life to persevere through challenges, saying every vocation comes with trials that require faith and commitment.
The journey, it was ups and downs, whereby I met different challenges because it is an international congregation. So meeting different people, I have to know other languages, to eat different food. So it was a challenge, but still.
Sister Mercy Chatenga hails from St. Peter's Parish in Nchinji in the Archdiocese of Lilongwe and is currently serving as a teacher at Balaka Primary School in Balaka. Reporting from St. Louis Catholic Parish in Balaka, this is Andrew Nandolo.
Government says it is taking action to reduce delays faced by patients waiting for life-saving operations with the launch of nationwide surgical camps aimed at clearing the backlog and expanding access to specialist health care services. Speaking on Monday during the launch of a surgical camp at Kamuzu Central Hospital in Lilongwe, Minister of Health Madaliso Waloi said the initiative demonstrates government's commitment to ensuring that every Malawian can access quality medical care regardless of their location. Alison Banda with the details.
Waloi said many patients have been enduring long periods waiting for surgery due to limited numbers of specialist surgeons and inadequate operation theatre capacity in the public hospitals. She said the surgical camps will not only provide critical procedures to patients but also help to ease pressure on referral hospitals that continue to face increasing demand for specialist services.
Launching the surgical camps that will take place in 1 or 3 of our central hospitals, Queen Elizabeth Central Hospital, Kamuzu Central Hospital in Lilongwe, and also Mzuzu Central Hospital. And these camps are going to reach up to 300 patients that require major surgical procedures There's going to be consultation. The focus is on the underserved population. The list has been long, but we are happy that as the Minister of Health, we are making progress. We are ensuring that people's health is restored.
The East, Central and Southern Africa community has supported the initiative with the Director of Operations and Institutional Development, Sibusiso Sebanze, saying the program demonstrates the importance of regional cooperation in the addressing shortages of specialist surgical care while strengthening health systems and reducing the burden of untreated surgical conditions among members.
Focus is on health in the region, and we have our member states. Malawi is one of the member states. So in terms of trying to implement resolutions of the ministers to ensure that the population in our region accesses specialist care.
The surgical camps are being conducted simultaneously at Kamuzu Central Hospital in Lilongwe, Queen Elizabeth Central Hospital in Blantyre, and Mzuzu Central Hospital from 20th to 31st July. During the first phase of the initiative, more than 300 patients are expected to receive free specialist surgical procedures. For Luntha Television in Lilongwe, I am Addison Banda.
You are still watching news on Luntha Television. Before we proceed, another look at the headlines. Pope Leo XIV encourages Christians to trust God's patient work and embrace humility, love and service. Government announces digital overhaul of immigration services and push for electronic police fines to curb corruption. Farmers Union of Malawi pushes for commercial agriculture as AIP force shield of farmers' self-reliance. And in other news, United States of America issues highest travel warning for 11 African countries. Moving on, government has disclosed plans to digitalize immigration processing and introduce electronic payments for police fines as part of a broader effort to reduce corruption and improve public services. Minister of Homeland Security Peter Mkito made the remarks on Monday during parliamentary deliberations in response to questions raised by Manza Central Legislator Felix Njawala, who bemoaned the slow pace in passport insurance processes, suggesting they be digitalized. Tandem Zumara has filed this report.
In his remarks, Njawala asked the Minister of Homeland Security whether the government will consider digitizing passport processing to reduce corruption and long queues by allowing applicants to track applications through SMS, WhatsApp, a mobile application, or online portal.
I was asking the minister if they have plans to digitize the system where people can check their passports, their applications, track them properly, and go to immigration to collect the passports only when the passport is ready. Because you go to the offices, you find that the place is flooded with people. They are coming there to check, just to check if their passport is ready. And these people travel long distances, some from Mangochi to Blantyre, some from, they travel long distances, and they waste a lot of money checking their passport.
In response, Mukito said the Immigration Service is set to move to a fully online application and processing platform, adding that applicants will be able to apply via website to track their application through stage-by-stage electronic updates. On policing, the minister confirmed plans to work with partner banks to develop an electronic payment platform for road fines in a bid to eliminate cash handling on the roads, create auditable transaction trails, and reduce temptations for officers to misappropriate funds. He has since urged citizens to refrain from offering informal payments, noting that corruption requires both a giver and a receiver, and called on communities to support reforms that promote transparency and service delivery.
We are trying to minimize the interaction between the applicants and the immigration to protect our officers from the issue of corruption. And I normally say this: people say the immigration officers are corrupt. What about those that give the money to the immigration officers? Because it takes two in tango. If your corruption is occur, normally there must be a giver and a receiver. So the immigration officers are receivers. What about those that gives money to the pensioners? So I request also the members of the community.
During Monday deliberations, the minister also highlighted complementary measures to support the digital transition, including staff training, public awareness campaigns to discourage bribery, and expanded assisted channels for citizens without reliable internet access. Acknowledging risks around data security, identity verification, and ensuring equitable access, Mukito said safeguards such as encryption, biometrics, role-based access, and multilingual interfaces will be built into the systems. For Luntha News, this is Tandiwe Mzumara.
The Farmers Union of Malawi has called for deliberate measures to help farmers become self-reliant through commercial agriculture, urging that while the Affordable Inputs Program has improved access to farm inputs, it has not significantly reduced farmers' dependence on government support. Farm President Manes Nkata made the remarks while commenting on the Farm Input Subsidy Program, saying the initiative has helped farmers access inputs but has not succeeded in empowering the majority of them to become economically independent. Gift Kalonga has more in this report.
Speaking to Luntha TV, Nkata said farmers can only achieve self-reliance if they have access to profitable markets, affordable financing, quality extension services, irrigation facilities, and value addition opportunities. She said agriculture must become a profitable business that enables farmers to generate enough income to purchase their own inputs rather than continuously depending on government assistance. Nkata further urged government to gradually move away from heavy investment in input subsidies and instead focus on areas such as irrigation development, agricultural research, extension services, rural infrastructure, and market linkage. Subsidies should be well targeted and used as temporary support measures while creating an environment where smallholder farmers can sustainably grow their businesses. However, agriculture expert Felix Jumbe says the Farm Input Subsidy Program was introduced as a short-term measure to address food shortages rather than to make farmers economically independent, arguing that the support it provides is insufficient for long-term food and income security, and that farmers must transition from subsistence to commercial agriculture to become self-reliant.
Because the inputs themselves are inadequate to keep the homestead really running for the year. Because you look at what has been delivered, it could be a packet of seeds, and that's a 5 kg. And then some 2 packets, 50 kg of fertilizer.
The agriculture expert has emphasized that Malawi needs to invest in land reforms, agricultural financing, infrastructure, and reliable markets to transform smallholder farmers into commercially viable producers. For Luntha News in Lilongwe, this is Gift Kalonga.
In international news, the United States has placed 11 African countries under its highest travel advisory, urging American citizens not to travel to the listed nations because of serious security risks and limited consular support. The countries are Burkina Faso, Libya, the Central African Republic, Chad, the Democratic Republic of Congo, Mali, Niger, Somalia, South Sudan, Sudan, and Uganda. They are among 23 countries worldwide currently classified under the U.S. State Department's Level 4 Do Not Travel Advisory. We do have a DW Africa News report read by Charity Chilanga.
According to the U.S. State Department, a Level 4 advisory is issued when conditions such as armed conflict, terrorism, kidnapping, violent crime, or civil unrest pose extreme risks to travelers. The department also says its ability to provide emergency assistance to U.S. citizens in some of these countries is severely limited because of security concerns or the absence of a full diplomatic presence. Several of the affected countries continue to face prolonged instability, including conflicts involving armed groups, political unrest, and humanitarian crises that have raised concerns over the safety of both residents and foreign visitors. The U.S. reviews its travel advisories regularly and encourages citizens to check the latest guidance before making international travel plans, particularly to countries experiencing security challenges. The latest advisory highlights continuing security concerns across parts of Africa and serves as a warning for American travelers to carefully assess the risks before visiting the affected countries.
We now give you the weather update by Noel Banda.
Hello, and it's time for the weather forecast. It was very cold area this morning. Temperatures dropped to around 5 degrees as a minimum temperature for Katete Forest, around 5 as well for Malimunde in Longwe. Isuzu Airport recorded 9 degrees, so 2 days, while Mass recorded 10 degrees Celsius. We should expect cold weather conditions to persist, particularly tonight and during morning hours, with sunny conditions during afternoon hours. And this is so because we are still getting little moisture coming as easterlies into Malawi. Expect to sustain sunny skies over most areas. So for tonight, clear skies expected over most parts in the northern, central, Lakeshore, and southern parts of Malawi. Wake up tomorrow, temperatures dropping to around 11 degrees as the real temperature for Longwe, Kinji, and conditions expected over Gabansanje with 17 degrees. More sunny skies are expected during morning hours tomorrow over northern areas, the central, Lakeshore, and southern parts of the country. We should expect more sunny skies again later in the afternoon, making temperature to peak to around 12 degrees over most parts along Lakeshore, around 32 over Ngabu, and in Sanje. Otherwise, warm conditions are expected to be there over northern, central, Lakeshore, and southern parts of Malawi. Later in the afternoon tomorrow, we should expect sunny skies across northern areas, the central, Lakeshore, and over the south. Looking further into Wednesday, more sunny skies are expected again during morning hours over northern areas, central, and over the south. Well, that's it for tonight, and have a good night.
That concludes our today's news bulletin. Before we go, another look at the headlines. Pope Leo XIV encourages Christians to trust God's patient work and embrace humility, love, and service. Government announces digital overhaul of immigration services and push for electronic police fines to curb corruption. Farmers Union of Malawi pushes for commercial agriculture as AIP force shield of farmers' self-reliance. And in other news, United States of America issues heist travel warning for 11 African countries. My name is Fales Chizombe. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye for now.